Welcome to WonderBox TV. Do you ever feel like true wealth is just a distant dream, something reserved for a lucky few? You might look at your life right now and think, I'm nowhere close. But what if I told you that the most important signs of incoming wealth aren't loud or flashy? They're quiet, they're subtle, and they are incredibly easy to ignore. The truth is, wealth isn't just about the numbers in your bank account. It's a mindset, a series of habits, and a fundamental shift in how you see the world. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I promise, you might just start to see your own life in a completely new light. You might discover that the seeds of prosperity have already been planted, and they're just waiting for you to notice them. Let's start with the first, and perhaps most powerful, sign. You've stopped comparing your journey to others. Remember when you used to scroll through social media and feel a pang of envy seeing someone else's new car, lavish vacation, or promotion? You'd wonder, why not me? But lately, that feeling has faded. Instead of measuring your success against someone else's highlight reel, you've turned your focus inward. Your new benchmark for success is the person you were yesterday. You're more interested in building solid, sustainable habits than in projecting an image of success. You've realized that the only competition that truly matters is with yourself. This shift is monumental. It means you're no longer wasting precious energy on envy and distraction. All that focus is now being redirected into your own growth, your own skills, and your own path. You're playing the long game, and that's exactly where real wealth is built. The second sign is that you've started curating your social circle with intention. You find yourself quietly distancing yourself from people who drain your energy. These aren't necessarily bad people, but you've recognized that their negativity, their constant complaints, or their lack of ambition pulls you down. You're learning the art of saying no without feeling guilty. No to pointless gatherings that leave you feeling empty. No to requests that overextend your time and resources. No to conversations that revolve around gossip and criticism. Your circle might be getting smaller, but the quality of your connections is soaring. The conversations are deeper, more supportive, and more inspiring. You're surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to be better, who celebrate your wins, and who understand your vision. This is not about being elitist. It's about protecting your mental and emotional space. Your environment is a powerful catalyst for growth, and you've started treating it as the valuable asset it truly is. Here's the third sign, which often happens so gradually you barely notice it. You've begun to prioritize long-term peace over short-term pleasure. That instant gratification that used to be so tempting, it's losing its appeal. The impulse to buy something new to get a quick mood boost, the desire to go out every weekend to escape your thoughts, it's all being replaced by a craving for something deeper, stability and tranquility. You're becoming comfortable with spending time alone. In fact, you've started to cherish it. This solitude isn't loneliness. It's an opportunity. It's where you think, where you plan, where you reflect on your goals, and where you connect with your true self. You understand that true contentment doesn't come from a fleeting high. It comes from building a life that feels secure and aligned with your values. You're choosing the delayed gratification of a secure future over the instant hit of a temporary pleasure. This discipline is the very foundation upon which lasting wealth is constructed. The fourth sign is a profound shift in what impresses you. A few years ago, you might have been wowed by luxury brands, expensive watches, or flashy displays of money. You might have equated those things with success. But now, you see things differently. Luxury doesn't impress you anymore. What truly impresses you is stability. You're more impressed by the person who has zero debt than the person with a designer wardrobe. You're more impressed by someone who has a solid emergency fund and a growing investment portfolio than someone driving a sports car they can barely afford. You admire discipline, consistency, and financial wisdom. This change in perspective is a clear indicator that your own values are maturing. You've peeled back the layers of societal pressure and discovered what truly matters. You're no longer chasing the symbols of wealth. You're chasing the substance of it. And that is a game changer. Let's move on to the fifth sign. A very practical one. You've started to face your finances head-on, even when it's uncomfortable. You track your expenses. Maybe you've created a budget, started using an app, or simply keep a notebook. The numbers might even scare you at first, but you don't look away. You understand that you can't improve what you don't measure. The old habit of retail therapy, buying things to feel better after a bad day, has lost its power over you. You've recognized it for what it is, a temporary fix that often creates more financial stress in the long run. Instead of swiping your card for a fleeting emotional high, you're building something far more valuable: discipline. You're learning to sit with your emotions and find healthier ways to cope, ways that don't sabotage your financial future. This courage to confront the numbers is the first step toward taking control of them. This leads directly to our sixth sign. You're actively choosing knowledge over mindless entertainment. Think about your free time. Do you still default to binge-watching random shows for hours on end? Or have you found yourself gravitating towards activities that expand your mind? Maybe you've started listening to podcasts about finance or entrepreneurship during your commute. Perhaps you're reading books on personal development, investing, or a new skill. The idea of investing, which once felt intimidating and complex, now sparks your curiosity. You're not necessarily an expert, but you're open to learning. You're asking questions. You're seeking to understand how money works and how to make it work for you. This hunger for knowledge is a telltale sign that you're reshifting from a consumer mindset to a creator and investor mindset. You're not just passively consuming what the world throws at you, you're actively building your own intellectual capital. Finally, the seventh sign you reach closer to wealth than you realize is that you've realized chasing get-rich-quick schemes and started focusing on building something real and sustainable. The allure of a quick buck has faded because you've seen it rarely lasts. Your focus has shifted towards creating genuine value. This could mean mastering a skill in your career to become indispensable, slowly building a side business based on a real passion, or consistently investing in a diversified portfolio month after month. You've also become more private about your plans. You no longer feel the need to announce your every move or seek validation from everyone you know. You understand that your vision is precious and needs to be protected from doubt and negativity. You work in silence, letting your results do the talking. You've embraced the slow, steady, and often unglamorous process of building something that lasts. So, as we've walked through these 7 signs, did any of them resonate with you? Maybe you recognized yourself in a few, or perhaps even all of them. If so, take a moment to acknowledge that. These aren't just random changes. They are deliberate steps on the path to prosperity. You've come to understand a fundamental truth. Wealth begins in the mind long before it ever appears in your bank account. It's in the habits you build, the people you surround yourself with, and the principles you live by. And maybe, just maybe, you didn't fully realize it until this very moment, but you are already well on your way. The foundation is being laid, brick by quiet brick. Keep going. If this video spoke to you, please share it with someone you believe might need to hear this message today. Thank you for watching WonderBox TV, and don't forget to follow for more stories that can help you see your world differently.